Alright ladies, I want you to take a second and think about this question. When it comes to relationships, what do you think shapes a man's feelings more? What you do for him or what he does for you? If you ask a guy who's been in love what he remembers most about a woman, he won't just focus on the way that she looked or the nice things that she did for him. Sure, he's going to mention those things, but he will mostly focus on what he did for her. Why? Because the more a man gives to a relationship, the more he values it. And yet, most women are conditioned to do the opposite. You know, to give everything, to chase, to prove their worth, but in doing so, you unknowingly make it easier for a man to take you for granted. That's why detachment is so powerful. You know, when you stop chasing love and focus on being love, everything changes. The less you try to control the outcome, the more a man will be drawn to you. My name is Ismael Gomez. I'm a coach, writer, and speaker, and I want to teach you how to use detachment to naturally attract a man's love and deepen his commitment. Okay, so let's begin. Number 1, receiving from within. Alright ladies, let's be real for a second. Have you ever tried to make a man jealous? Okay, maybe with a guy friend, an ex, or a celebrity like Brad Pitt. Well, here's what I want you to understand. A man's biggest competition is never another guy. It's actually you. His biggest challenge, the thing that pushes him to step up, is the version of you that is already whole and fulfilled, living a life that doesn't need him but could choose him. Because here's what happens. When you are already filled with love, joy, and abundance, a man naturally wants to add to it. He wants to be closer to that energy that you're radiating. I mean, I remember so many moments in my life where I was just pushing people away because I always wanted more from them. You know, more love, more attention, more dedication, and honestly, it was suffocating. And here's the key lesson. Reality can only give you what you already given to yourself first, okay? If you want to receive love, be love. If you want to be appreciated, appreciate yourself. Otherwise, how are you going to know when somebody's giving you the real thing if you're never giving it to yourself? Before anything exists physically, it must exist vibrationally. You must embody the energy of what you desire before it materializes. When you do this, you stop looking for external validation, and that's when men are magnetically attracted to you. And let me give you an example, okay? So pay close attention because I want you to understand this. Imagine your favorite song, okay? The one that you always dance to, that fills you with peace and love. Now, what if you believed that you could only feel those emotions when the song played on the radio? Meaning that if you don't have a radio or you don't have Spotify, you could never experience those emotions. Or what if instead you learned the lyrics and the melody to the song? So now you can sing it to yourself anytime and anywhere in the world. And that is the power of embodying love and fulfillment from within. When you stop relying on external sources, you carry the feeling with you wherever you go. Choose a man that chooses you. Okay, forget how tall he is, how intelligent or charming, or any other qualities he possesses. The number one thing you should focus on is whether he makes you a priority in his life. The mistake that I see many women make is focusing on the person that they like, not on the person that is good for them. Forget about attraction and focus on intention. Because let me tell you, if you don't know the difference between these two, you'll end up wasting years of your life in the wrong relationships. Number 2, you are desperate. Desperation always pushes away what you want. Think about money, for example, okay? People who need money the most usually have the least. Or people who need love the most usually experience the most rejection. And do you want to know why? It's because desperation signals a lack of something. It tells the universe and the people around you that you're operating from emptiness. And emptiness does not attract. It actually expands, creating a void that only grows larger. This is why you see so many women who give everything. Women who try to be the perfect partner and they get treated like an afterthought. On the other hand, the woman who's genuinely living her life, who's not waiting on the phone for that call or that text, okay, who's just focusing on herself, she becomes the one that a man can't stop thinking about. But if your mood completely depends on what he does or doesn't do, okay, if he texts you, you're happy. If he doesn't text you, you're unhappy. You're giving him all of your power. Like the analogy that I gave you, you're waiting for your favorite song to come on the radio because you don't know how to sing it to yourself. So here's how I want you to reframe your perspective, okay? Instead of wondering, does he like me? Ask yourself, what does he add to my life? Instead of wondering, is there something wrong with me? Ask yourself, am I choosing the wrong man? Instead of asking, what if I lose him? Ask yourself, what if I lose myself trying to keep him? A woman who's detached is never desperate, okay? Like, you're only desperate for water if you're thirsty, or you're only desperate for food if you're hungry. So whenever you catch yourself trying to convince someone of your worth, remember that you're handing over your power and asking for permission to feel loved, when that love should always start from within you.
It is not this, it is something better. If it is not now, it's at a better time, and you can handle it either way. If you want something and it has not come through yet, there is a reason for it that will be clear later on. If you want something and it does not happen for you, there is a reason that will be made clear later on. And there's so much to enjoy right here, right now, even in the absence of the thing that you want. The sooner you can enjoy your life, even without that thing that you want so badly, you will enter into that beautiful energetic space of neutrality where you are an absolute magnet for what you want to call in, because you cannot want something and have it at the same time.
And final, number 3, you don't want a partner. Here's a thought that could change the way that you look at relationships for the rest of your life, okay? And that is that you don't actually want a man. You want the feeling that you think he will bring you. I mean, think about it. You don't want money. Not really. What you do want is the security that money provides. And you don't want a relationship. You want the love, safety, and validation that you think it will bring you. And definitely, you don't want a man's attention. You want the feeling of being wanted. But again, what if you could create those feelings without the external conditions? What if you didn't need the job, the relationship, or the perfect circumstances to feel secure, happy, and loved? Because here's one thing that I always repeat to all of my clients, and that is that no one is inherently special. Only your mind makes them so. That light that you see in a man that you love, let's say that sense of uniqueness, is really your own qualities being reflected back at you. The love that you notice in others is a mirror of the love that you hold within yourself. Ultimately, this is what attachment is all about. It's not pretending to not care, but shifting your focus from getting to simply being. And the moment that you do that is when men start noticing. They start leaning in. They start thinking about you non-stop, and they can't even point the finger at it. They don't know what's happening, but they can't get you out of their minds. And that is because you're no longer chasing, okay? You're attracting. You've become the kind of woman that a man doesn't want to lose. Alright, ladies, so remember that a man will be drawn to you not when you give him everything, but when you give a lot to yourself. Someone who radiates self-worth. Someone who's not obsessed with the outcome. Someone who doesn't crumble when things don't go her way. And for today's comment, we have Take Me to Yolita, and I really laughed when I read the username, but she wrote, I've been so independent for so long that I don't even know how to create opportunities for him to invest in me. Can you make a video about loving ways to do this without taking advantage of him? Alright, so for all of you ladies who resonate with this comment, make sure to check out the following videos on the channel. 5 things men secretly want but don't know how to tell you. And talk to men using these simple phrases. Anyways, thank you for subscribing to my channel. I'm glad that you chosen me to learn about self-love, dating, and relationship dynamics, because like I always say, for your relationships to change, you need to change, okay? Have a beautiful day.